Hello and welcome to this B1 lesson 50 with me, Kate. Today we're going to be looking at the word how and its different uses in the English language. So first of all, what I have here are 10 exchanges. In each exchange there is a phrase that uses the word how. Next to that word there is a word missing. Okay, so your task is to complete the questions with how and a word from the box. So let's do the first one together. Number 1. How is your house from the city centre? Well, let's have a look at the possibilities. How long is your house from the city centre? No. How do is your house from the city centre? No. How far is your house from the city centre? Well, that works. How far is your house from the city centre? So I want you now to complete the rest of the sentences with a word from the box. If you need to pause the video and restart when you're ready. Okay, let's see how you got on. Number 2. How about coming to my house for lunch on Saturday? Sorry, I'm away this weekend. How about coming to my house for lunch on Saturday? Sorry, I'm away this weekend. So here we're using how about to make a suggestion. Next one, number 3. How much did those earrings cost? I don't know, I didn't pay for them. How much did those earrings cost? I don't know, I didn't pay for them. Here we're using how to define a quantity, so how much, similar to how far. Number 4. How do you spell your family name? It's Hernandez. How do you spell your family name? It's Hernandez. Here we're asking about the way you do something. Number 5. How long has Stephanie been working here? Just over a month. How long has Stephanie been working here? Just over a month. Again, here, similar to how much and how far, we're asking about a quantity. How long has Stephanie been working here? Number 6. How fast was he driving when he crashed his car? Only about 50 kilometers an hour. How fast was he driving when he crashed his car? Only about 50 kilometers an hour. Again, in the similar way to how long, how much, how far, how fast is asking about a quantity. Number 7. How are you feeling now? Oh, much better, thanks. How are you feeling now? Much better, thanks. Here we're using how with are to ask about someone's health or feelings. How are you feeling? Number 8. How tall are you? I'm about 1.80 m. How tall are you? I'm about 1.80 m. Again, this is a quantity. How tall, how fast, how much, how far. Number 9. Thomas, I'd like you to meet my father. How do you do, Mr. Harvey? It's nice to meet you. Thomas, I'd like you to meet my father. How do you do, Mr. Harvey? It's nice to meet you. So here we've got a phrase with how. How do you do? which is used in very formal situations when you meet somebody. Number 10. How high is this building? Over 100 metres. How high is this building? Over 100 metres. So here again we've got how high, which is similar to how tall, how fast, how much, and how far. These are all asking about quantities. Okay, so here we have our how diagram, and all of these how phrases can be split into categories. To ask about the way to do something, to ask about someone's health or feelings, to make a suggestion, phrases used when you meet someone, or to ask about size, amount or number, etc. So I want you to put these phrases in the correct category. If you need to, pause the video and restart when you're ready. So, to ask about the way to do something, which phrase is that? I'll give you an example. How do you spell your family name? It's how do you. What about this one? To ask about someone's health or feelings. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? What about to make a suggestion? How about coming over to my house for lunch on Sunday? How about? What about phrases used when you meet someone? How do you do? How do you do? Remember, this is very formal. And what about phrases to ask about size, amount, number or quantity? There are lots of these. So we've got, how far is your house from the city centre? How much did those earrings cost? How long has Stephen been working here? How fast were you driving? How tall are you? How high is this building? Here we go. How far, how much, how long, how fast, how tall, how high. These are all asking about size, amount, number and quantity. There is also another use for the word how. We can also use it to make an exclamation. For example, how funny, when we want to respond to something that somebody has said. And here I've got some examples. How awful, how kind, how stupid, how rude, how nice, how strange, how lovely. And here I've got some phrases. So I want you to choose one of the how exclamations to respond to each of these statements. Let's start with the first one. My boss didn't say hello to me this morning. How would you respond to that? How rude, or how strange. Have a look at the next one. Dave's had a terrible accident on his motorbike. How awful. Mrs. Wood has offered to look after the children this evening. How kind. We're going to the Bahamas for our holiday this year. How lovely, or how nice. Oh, giving that one away. I can't find my wallet anywhere, but I had it 2 minutes ago. You might say, how strange, or how stupid. Well done. How do you usually ask someone how they feel in English? Can you remember? Write your answer in the comments below. Please don't forget to subscribe and show your support. And coming next to lesson 51, vocabulary and speaking, on the topic of money. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.